Good morning here from Copenhagen and welcome to everybody. We'll just get started in 1 minute. All right, everybody, a warm welcome to all of you and welcome to the semifinals of Next Generation Water Action. It's an early morning here in Copenhagen, Denmark, and we're extremely excited for today's session where we're going to hear 3 teams presenting their ideas targeting the challenge brought forward by Daegu Metropolitan City and Daegu Environmental Corporation. Welcome to those of you participating students, jury members, and partners that are joining our AirMeet platform today, and to those of you that are joining our live stream through YouTube or the website nextgenerationwateraction.com. My name is Marie-Louise Polman Larsen, and I'm the program manager of Next Generation Water Action. And today we're live streaming here from DTU Skylab, which is the hub for technology-based innovation and entrepreneurship at the Technical University of Denmark. Together with strong partners, we have in this initiative been able to involve and engage more than 100 students since February, working on 5 defined water challenges. It has been an exciting journey for all of us, and today's semi-final will target the challenge brought forward by Daegu Metropolitan City and Daegu Environmental Corporation. The challenge target wastewater treatment and resource recovery of sewage sludge. And here you see the overview of the 3 teams that will be presenting today. So they are arranged in the order that we will hear them today. So first up is going to be the team from Mexico. Then we have the team from South Korea. And then we'll conclude the semi-final session with the team from Denmark presenting. The students have worked both within but also very much beyond their studies in a challenging time where a lot of the students have not actually been able to meet in person but has working through virtual platforms, both with our international mentors and supervisors, together with the challenge owners to come from the defined water challenge to the solutions that they're presenting today. The teams come not only from diverse nationalities, but also from diverse academic backgrounds. So I hope you will also stay open and curious to the very different solutions that they will be presenting today, where we very much have encouraged them to try to bring on board their own qualifications and academic backgrounds and interests to challenge and work on the challenge from their perspective. Following the pitches today, for those of you that are joining AirMeet, you will be able to further network with the student teams afterwards. So you will enter the lounge that also met you when you joined the session today. And for all of you, we also ask you to be proactive and curious to connect and use this opportunity to reach out and see opportunities for further collaboration. We have also on the website where we are right now live streaming this session, made it possible for those of you interested to be able to provide additional mentoring and sparring for the student teams. So there is a form just below the live stream where you can award and announce that you would like to give further acceleration to the teams. So my colleague right now will just share it in the chat here on the AirMeet platform. And for those of you joining the live stream, you should see the Google form just below the live stream, where you can indicate if you're interested to provide further sparring to one or several of the teams today. But before we set the stage for the student teams, I would also like to welcome the partners who have brought forward not only the challenge, but have also been able to give time to provide mentoring and sparring to the teams starting from February and where we are today. So first of all, on the virtual stage, I would like to welcome from Daegu Metropolitan City, the Deputy Director at Water and Energy Industry Division, Oksun Jun, to join me here in the virtual stage and do a small welcoming to set the stage for the teams that's going to be presenting today. Oksun Jun, I hope you're with us. Can you hear?
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great. We can see you as well. Oksun Jun, the stage is yours. I hope you will help me in welcoming the teams and launch the semifinals today.
Good evening, everyone. I am Oksun Jun, Deputy Director from the Water and Energy Industry Division of Daegu Metropolitan City, Republic of Korea. First of all, I am truly delighted to meet all of you from around the world through this Next Generation Water Action, which is co-hosted by the International Water Association and the Technical University of Denmark. Also, let me take this opportunity to extend my profound gratitude to all the relevant staff members present today for having played their respective parts in this Daegu challenge. I must say it is such a shame that due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we are holding the first Next Generation Water Action Semifinal via online platform. When it comes to Korea, I am sure that most of you are quite familiar with Seoul, which is its capital. While the name Daegu might not come off the top of your head. Speaking of my city, Daegu was once the victim of an unfortunate incident with phenol leakage as well as illegal discharging of wastewater. As a result, its citizens faced a crisis involving interruption of water supply. However, undaunted by the setback with the voluntary participation of citizens and the development of relevant technologies, the city of Daegu turned this crisis into a miracle, where its urban rivers and streams were restored in an eco-friendly manner. Not only that, by successfully holding the 7th World Water Forum in 2015 and establishing the Korea Water Cluster in 2019, which is the only one in Daegu. The city is striving to become the city of water representing Korea. By holding annual international events such as the Korea International Water Week and the World Water Series Forum, the city is proactively participating in addressing global water issues. In particular, this year, under the theme of Foundations for Global Water Security and Resilience, Knowledge, Technology, and Policy, the 17th World Water Congress will be held in Daegu in parallel with the 5th Korea International Water Week. So I kindly ask for your active support and participation in these global gatherings in the water sector. Once again, I am very grateful to all the participants for gracing today's Daegu Challenge semi-final event with their presence, and I wish you continued success and good health. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for helping and welcoming the teams today. We have been extremely happy also to have you on board from the beginning. I think you stress the importance that when we work with urban water challenges, it's not enough to work with universities and industries, but we also very much need to involve municipalities as a relevant stakeholder to really understand what are the challenges, but also if we need to bring about new solutions, you are a key partner to make that happen in an urban environment. So thank you very much. And again, we hope this is only the beginning of a joint partnership and collaboration also going forward.
Thank you.
Next on stage, I also want to welcome the other partner that has been playing a key role in making this happen from the beginning, which is from the Innovation Center Denmark in Seoul. Not only looking at how we collaborate on the challenge, but how we involve relevant young students from the universities in Korea to make sure that they also have a voice and they are able to bring about into this collaboration. It's a continuous collaboration that started years back in relation to the first P4G summit. And we have done a number of collaboration synergies going forward. And I think this is just a stepping stone to what awaits in the future. But I'm extremely happy this time not to have you in person, Eske, in Copenhagen, but at least with us virtually here. So please, all of you, welcome Eske Bo Knudsen Rosenberg. That's the Innovation Attaché at the Innovation Center Denmark in Seoul.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Marie-Louise. It's great to almost be able to hug you again. You stole half of my introduction by going back to P4G Summit 2018. But allow me to start with saying hello to everybody. It's great to sort of see you. I just had a chance to step into one of the breakout tables before and have a quick chat with the Korean team. That was quite a fun experience. My first time on AirMeet. It seems to work super duper for this type of activity. And also, let me just start out by saying thank you to Daegu Metropolitan and Ms. Uksun Yon for your welcome introduction. It's so amazing that you, from the beginning of this journey, just said, yes, we would love to be part of it and put forward a concrete challenge. It requires not only a good idea and an accept and a willingness in the beginning, but also a lot of resources and a lot of effort to really put into this kind of activity to make the most out of it for yourself, as well as for the student teams working on it. On a personal note, I'm just so excited to see that we are where we are today. It has been a long journey. As Marie-Louise said, we have been part of these next generation activities together for the past many years, or 3 years. P4G Summit in Copenhagen in 2018. We went for a royal visit and a small-scale innovation sprint in Seoul in 2019, the spring, which led to C40 next generation activities focusing on city challenges in Copenhagen, October 2019. Then I think we started discussing water and next generation activities after that. COVID-19 came, pretty much changed the focus of how the activity would look like, and now we are here. It's just amazing. And again, I have been looking into the different challenges and also the different solutions from the 3 teams today, and I'm quite impressed. I always feel impressed when I get a chance to listen in on some of these solutions that student teams together with the professors have been working on. It sort of puts my own student career in a pretty bad light, but nevertheless, it's so amazing, and it's really makes me excited about the future. Besides Daegu Metropolitan, I also need to send a thank you to Daegu Environment Corporation for their contribution, as well as, of course, the Kyungpook National University, and in particular, Professor Chu, who is not here today, but I can understand that his colleague, Professor Lee, is here instead. You have also been an instrumental part of realizing this. KAIST is also an important partner, not only for Denmark and DTU, but for many other stakeholders around the globe. And then DTU Skylab with Miss and Mother of Next Generation Activities, Marie-Louise, and the rest of her amazing team. You have really, once again, outdone yourself. This is quite the setup. It's not easy when we're meeting up in real life, but it's like maybe twice or 3 times or even 10 times as difficult when you have to organize and orchestrate everything online. So again, a huge congratulations on where we are today. And then last but not least, on my thank you list, it almost sounds like the Oscars, Donga Niki Ko, my colleague, the brain of the operation at the Innovation Center Denmark, you have been instrumental in realizing where we are today as well. Thank you so much, Donga. You've been doing a great job. I think water is, of course, a super important topic globally. And it really surprised me when me and Donga did a report on the water management system in Korea a couple of years back, that Korea was in fact a water-stressed country. There are many water challenges, despite the fact that you get quite a bit of water during the year, in particular in the summer months. For those of you who don't know, last summer, more than 60 days of rain, which caused quite a few problems in Korea, in particular in the capital, Seoul, where I'm personally living. But also, there are some other funny facts about water in Korea. The water quality is actually pretty good. Maybe some of the water leakages locally are not that good, but basically everybody in Korea, including myself, they don't drink tap water. Also a quite funny fact. And then I think personally that this whole area of today's challenge and the solutions brought forward about using wastewater to produce energy and extract other interesting resources that can be done and used for many different purposes is extremely highly relevant and interesting. And I'm very happy that this is one of the activities where we are working, the Innovation Center Denmark Seoul, together with Danish companies and Korean partners. And Donga is working on a number of other where we really see a huge potential for being able to contribute to the overarching goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions and of course make the most out of what we are using and wasting anyways. So with those words, let me just congratulate everybody, the student teams from Mexico, Denmark, and Korea, the challenge owners, the organizers, myself included. Congratulations on where we are today. I look so much forward to be part of the rest. And then I hope we can all meet in Daegu in October for the IWRA conference that I'm personally going to be participating in as well. So thank you very much. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you very much for your warm words here, Eske. And of course, we can only echo what you've said. And it's been really a fantastic collaboration between a lot of stakeholders. And if you look at the pitch videos that we will be seeing in the next 1 hour, then I think it has been also a very successful one. So thank you for that. Welcome also from my side. I am Levke. I have been the project coordinator as well as the Young Academics track lead of the initiative this year, meaning that I have been engaging with the teams over the last couple of 3 months. It's my pleasure now to get the session started here, the pitch session. But before I do that, of course, I would like to welcome our jury members on stage, who can just remain on the stage, of course, who has already given also some welcome words. Here is Oksunion. Welcome also not only as a partner, but also as a judge, part of the judging panelists today. Then representing Daegu Environmental Corporation, also we will be having Tai-O Lee, who is a senior engineer and who has also been engaging quite closely with the teams during the challenge meetings already. Then representing our partner university, also Kyungpook National University, we have Professor Byung-Yoon Lee joining here, also our judge panel, who's an associate professor at the Kyungpook National University. Then, as Eske has mentioned, it has not only been Eske from the ICDK in Seoul, but also his colleague Donga Ko, who is also joining our judge panel today here. And not only that, but she has also been very closely engaging with the teams also during our boot camps, which has been a great support and a great contribution. So welcome, Donga. Good to see you again. Then the initiative has also been developed in very close collaboration together with the International Water Association. So we're very happy to have partnered with the young water professionals in particular. And we had a young water professional mentor joining from each of our participant countries. And I'm very glad to be introducing Dr. Ho Young-ro today, who will also represent IWA here in our judge panel of the Daegu Metropolitan City and Environmental Corporation semifinal today. Last but not least, our last jury member here comes from DTU Skylab, so our very own colleague Linda Weiss, who also has a super fantastic background here to be part of our judge. Hi, Linda, because she has been leading the Young Academics track the last 2 years, and we're excited to hear your questions from the perspective as a judge today. So welcome to all of you. I hope the process is running smooth here. I can see we have still 1 jury member missing, but my colleagues are on it getting you on stage. While my team does that, let me just shortly introduce again the pitch setup that we're going through today, so we're all on the same page and know what the next hour will bring.
So the way we have set up the semifinal is that each of the team has been producing a video pitch, which takes 3 minutes. So that's how we're starting the pitch session. We will all together be watching the 3 minutes pitch video. And while we're watching that video, we will get two of the student representatives here onto our virtual stage. And then they will follow up with a 30 seconds live pitch once the video has ended. And for us to keep time, I have here my little bell with me. And if you hear that sound, that means for the student teams that your 30 seconds are over. And that will lead over to a 4 minutes Q&A session here with our judge panels. For the judges here on our virtual stage, in case you have a question, the way that you can indicate it is by simply unmuting yourself. So once you have unmuted yourself in the lower panel here, I can understand that as a sign that you have a question, and then I will be giving the word to you during the Q&A session. Great. I hope that setup is clear for everyone. Then quickly have a look at what we will actually be evaluating here today. So why are we having the semifinal? So the main aim, of course, is to find out which of the 3 teams are going to be the finalists and pitching then next week on our national and, of course, also global next generation stage on Tuesday, 18th of May. This is going to be 2 teams, and at the finals, then they will be competing to win the track and be selected as the most promising idea from Daegu Challenge, and of course also to win one of the IWA World Water Congress scholarships, meaning that those teams are winning that will be invited to travel here and attend the Congress in 2022. Besides that, we also have 2 fantastic awards here being awarded at our semifinals today. One of them being the Acceleration Scholarship, so any of the 3 teams can be winning that, which is a monetary award of 1,000 euros sponsored by Daegu Metropolitan City. And in addition, we have a great, fantastic supplement award here. That team will also be invited to be pitching at the World Water Cities Forum. And yeah, there was getting an extra stage being connected to a lot of national stakeholders as well. Last but not least, we're also evaluating the best pitch video and live performance here across all of the 21 teams that have been participating. So our judges will also be scoring your pitch videos as well as your live performance. Yeah, I hope everyone is ready to get started. And then, of course, the last thing for me left is here to welcome our actual VIPs of the days. And that is, of course, the students themselves, because those you have been the ones working super hard during the last 3 months. And it's a pleasure now to have you here all in our semifinals represented. We're very excited to watch your pitch videos, what you've been producing. And the team that will be going first today is Team Mexico. So Team Mexico, I hope you will be enjoying being here on stage. Of course, it's not an exam. It's a stage for you to pitch your ideas. So we hope that you can enjoy this. And while I put on the video that has been produced by Matthias, Jose, Lucio, Rafia, and Asu, we will get the 2 student representatives on the stage.
Welcome to Daegu. With a population of approximately 2.5 million people, it is South Korea's 4th biggest city, and the focus for our challenge. The city needs to find new uses for the sludge recovered from wastewater treatment plants and improve their treatment methods. That is where we come in.
We are 5 Mexican students from Tecnológico de Monterrey, and we created the project BG+. Our main objective is to help Daegu become a net zero city by improving the efficiency of the sludge disposal processes in the Seobu facility.
Our project consists of 4 main stages, starting when the 1,480 cubic meters of sludge are received from the wastewater treatment plant.
On stage 2, the received sludge is divided into 2 parts. The first part goes to the BG+. Meanwhile, the second part, as in the original process, travels to the biodigester. This creates biogas that goes to the BG+, which is an absorption column that we added to the process to improve its efficiency.
In stage 3, half of the sludge is in the BG+. The rest, already converted into biogas with a high concentration of hydrogen sulfide, enters the BG+ against the flow of sludge, removing iron chloride. Additionally, iron sulfide and ferric sulfide are produced. These products can be commercialized and are profitable in industries such as alloy and stainless steel processing.
Finally, during stage 4, the now iron chloride-free sludge enters the biodigester to be converted into biogas at a higher rate than before the project was implemented. while the biogas that exits BG Plus has a lower concentration of hydrogen sulfide and can be processed further. At the end of this process, a total amount of 18,000 cubic meters of biogas is produced.
So, by adding the BG Plus absorption column, the treatment process of the sludge becomes more effective since biogas production rate is boosted, while the hydrogen sulfide content is decreased by approximately 26%, lowering the burden of the desulfurization equipment without the need for a significant economic investment.
By adopting our process, which can be easily implemented in all Daegu water treatment facilities and even all around the world, you will not only raise profits and reduce production costs, but you will also keep Daegu on track to becoming a zero-waste city.
Let's work together for a cleaner world. Invest in a net zero future. Invest in BG+.
What a great pitch video, and welcome to Team Mexico here. I hope my colleagues have helped you getting on stage. Let's see if perfect, I can see Matthias and Javier here. Great pitch video, and now we're very excited to also hear your live pitch. I hope you're prepared. Let's do a quick mic check. Who of you is going to give the 30 seconds pitch? Perfect. Hi, Matthias. We can hear you, and your 30 seconds.
All right, so you have already heard what BG Plus is, but do you know what really makes it stand out? BG Plus can be easily implemented in any type of water plant, either active or underway, without significant economic investment. The project aims to reduce environmental impact from cradle to grave, optimizing the biogas production processes with the resources at hand. We are Team Mexico, and we believe complex problems require simple solutions. So pick BG Plus, the solution to your pollution.
And there even was some time left, so great time, Matthias. Thank you so much for your pitch here, and great to have you on stage. I would say the floor is open for the first jury questions. I'm excited to hear what the judges will be asking the team. I'll be timing the 4 minutes as well. And please feel very free as a judge to just unmute yourself, and I will take that as an indication that you have a question. Great. I can see Donga unmuting. Perfect.
Hi,
Donga, you're welcome
thank you
to
so much
the
for
first
this
question.
nice video and also the live pitch. It's very impressive. So the reaction that you're talking about for the BG Plus is iron chloride and hydrogen sulfide reaction. It requires actually like 600 Celsius degree for the temperature reaction, right? And also the byproduct is hydrochloride. So do you, how would you address this in the pH and temperature problem for the column?
Well, the temperature problem needs to be addressed at the water treatment plant directly, since every plant is unique. So it depends on the temperature that the plant is working at right now. So it would be necessary to take a look at the plant directly. But as we presented in the pitch, also the ferric sulfide that is created as a byproduct is supposed to sediment in the reaction, and then is taken out as is purged from the process.
Thank you very much, Donga, for your first question, and thank you, Matthias, for your answer for it. Great. I would say we go with the second question. I can see John Lee unmuted here, so you're very welcome to take the next question.
Yes, thank you for nice presentation. It is quite impressive, and you presented quite a simple process which can deal with the problem quite well. But we are a bit concerned about the process, the reactions. You didn't explain well about the mechanisms which occurs in the process. Could you explain a little bit more about the removal mechanism of BG plus sulfur removal mechanism? Yes.
Yeah, so basically the aim of the absorption column is to have the sludge and the biogas interact in a counterflow, so that both flows are in contact, and then they react by themselves, and that reaction is where the ferric sulfide is created. So it's not necessary to actually put a lot of work into the reaction, because it's a natural reaction that it happens when the flows come in contact with each other.
Perfect.
One additional question is that how to separate the sludge and ferric sulfide composite. And I think the crystals, iron crystals, cannot be easily removed, separated from the sludge. And have you thought about that issue as well?
Well, in the design that we have presented here, it is a plan, or the provision is that the crystals will precipitate themselves in the reaction, so they will be easily purgeable. So no need to actually take them out yourself with a complex process.
Perfect. I think that is a great statement here. Thank you both for the questions from the judges, but also for answering the questions so much in detail. Matthias and Javier, it was great having you on stage, and congratulations for your great performance here. And we're moving on to the next team, I would say, which is our team 3 from South Korea. And the following video that you will be seeing was produced by Eun-jin, Ji-cheon, and Jaiwan. I hope you enjoyed the video, and again, we'll get the student representatives on stage here.
We conducted a challenge related to the Daegu City wastewater treatment plant. Currently in Daegu City, iron chloride are used to dehydrate sludge from an anaerobic digestion. If iron chloride is used as a dehydrating agent, there is a problem that the sulfur content exceeds the fuel standard value to convert the final sludge into solid fuel. Therefore, our team's purpose is to propose several different dehydrants that are appropriate for use with iron chloride, and to introduce a process that removes the hydrogen sulfide and generated energy at the same time. In addition, we will introduce the ways to reduce the sulfur content of dying industrial wastewater in accordance with the characteristics of wastewater entering the sewage treatment plants in Daegu. The method of using the cationic polymer coagulant together with iron chloride may be the most stable method for dewatering the sludge from the Daegu City wastewater treatment plant. When the amount of iron chloride is reduced by 20% and 20% cationic polymer dehydrant is added, the design and calculation showed that the sulfur ratio decreases from 1.92% to 1.58%. The combination of iron chloride and polymer coagulant for sludge dehydration is expected to reduce iron sulfide in sludge, but produce more hydrogen sulfide gas in anaerobic digestion than before. Therefore, we introduce some method of desulfurization of hydrogen sulfide gas and recover energy at the same time. The largest amount of sulfur was detected in the Dalsochon wastewater treatment plant, which is related to the dyeing industrial complex. This is because dyeing industrial complex use a large amount of sulfuric acid for dyeing wastewater neutralization, and this wastewater flow into the Dalsochon treatment plant. Therefore, we propose a solution to neutralize the wastewater as a carbon dioxide instead of sulfuric acid in the secondary chemical treatment facility of the Daegu Industrial Complex. The solution we propose is expected to be effective in terms of economic benefits and carbon emission reduction. Thank you for your attention on our team's video.
Great. Thank you for another great pitch video here, and welcome to Iyun and Jichon on our stage. I hope your microphones are working. Maybe one of you can just raise your hand who's going to be doing the 30 seconds live pitch here. Perfect. Great. I can hear your microphone is working. Welcome, Yunji.
Yes.
And your 30
Can you
seconds?
hear?
Your 30 seconds were perfect. Looks great. All right, I will be timing your 30 seconds, and they start now.
Okay. First of all, thank you for giving us a great opportunity to participate in this international challenge program. As you can see in the video pitch, our team has proposed solutions focusing on future prospects and potential, making it easier to approach practical problem solving. And it is expected to be environmentally and economically effective in terms of sustainable impacts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And again, super well-timed pitch, exactly into the 30 seconds, so well done. It's my pleasure now again to open the judges stage here. So again, I feel very free to unmute, and then I take that as an indication for a question. I can see Linda unmuting here. Linda, you're welcome to...
Dr. Tae-woo Lee from Daegu Environment Corporation has a question, and you told us that hydrogen sulfide gas can be used as energy sources, but it is not clear what we mean that those gases, the gas of hydrogen sulfide can be used as an energy source. Isn't it methane gas, or can you answer about the question?
I think it is difficult to apply now about this method, electrochemical reaction. Sulfur and hydrogen separate, and this means energy production is hydrogen energy. So this is not methane.
Sorry, I didn't. It is not the exact question. You proposed sulfate removal, and then you can by the sulfate removal, you can get energy from the sludge. And what is the mechanism about the sulfate removal and energy collection?
Yes.
It is introduced in 2.2.2 in your web page. And could you explain about that? Yeah.
This is photoelectrochemical process that use solar energy to split this byproduct into sulfur and hydrogen and convert it into a source of raw materials. Hydrogen sulfide gas enters the anode of the electrochemical cell into an electrolyte, and here the chemical reaction participates sulfur into amber solid and converts hydrogen into a cation. Only hydrogen protons converted to cations can pass through the Nafion membrane. The second reaction is photoelectrochemistry. Then hydrogen protons are reduced in cathode by receive electrons and return to oxidation ion pulse anode pulse. So this is not energy production in sludge.
Great. Thank you for providing the details here as well. And then before we end the Q&A session here, I would just give the word to Linda, who also had a question for the team here on our stage.
Yeah, and first of all, congratulations for a great pitch to Eugene and the rest of the team. And I read in your blog post that you also discussed the pilot plant design. So I was just curious to learn if you had the possibility to already test your system with any users, if you got feedback, or if this is potentially a next step.
Can I give you a short comment about your presentation? It is not a question, but your presentation proposed a lot of things, but I think at a certain moment you have to think about how to make it simple and to deliver better the idea to audiences. That is my comment. Thank you.
Thank you for the comment here. Well received. And then let's see if the team has an answer here to Linda's question. And of course, you're welcome also to ask Linda to repeat the question in case needed.
Can I hear the question again? I can't understand exactly.
Of course, I was just curious to understand, since you talked about a pilot plant design in your blog, if you had the possibility to already put that into action, or if you talked to someone within Daegu Metropolitan City or Daegu Environmental Corporation about the feasibility of your solution.
Yes, our team also think that since we couldn't actually do the experiment, so put the cationic polymer coagulant and together with the iron chloride, that we think that we have to do it with so we can't do the actual experiments, so we had to do it with just a theoretical calculation. So there may be some error. So I think that if an experiment like a real jar test is accompanied, we will be able to get closer to solving the problem. Yes, thank you.
Great. Thank you for the answer. And of course, it's a good point also to emphasize the challenges that these year's teams have been facing under the constraints of the current pandemic. Of course, it has been very difficult to conduct lab scale experiments. So thank you so much for all the effort that you've put in still. And I think you've delivered a great pitch under all the circumstances that all of the student teams have been facing. So thank you for joining us on the stage here. Thank you for delivering a great pitch video. And now I'm excited to lead over to our third and last team of the day of the Daegu City and Environmental Cooperation Challenge. So the next team that I'll be introducing is our team from Denmark. And in the team from Denmark, we have a rather large team, and that is Tsingsu, Zindu, Benny, Manon, Nathaniel, Claire, and Tiani. I'm excited to show the video here, and then afterwards again getting the team on our stage.
Cities around the world are facing increasing levels of sewage sludge from rising populations. Municipalities construct wastewater treatment plants with the aim to remove harmful pollutants and solid before discharging it back in the environment. This semi-solid wastewater material extracted during the treatment is called sludge. This process is resulting in massive amounts of energy being consumed directly by treating wastewater.
We are SludgeX, and we aim to tackle this worldwide challenge by developing a solution which makes sludge treatment more efficient and environmentally friendly. This is the next step in achieving fully sustainable wastewater handling.
Our team is focusing on providing an improved solution for a wastewater treatment plant in Daegu, South Korea. This plant extracts biogas from the sludge in an effort to recover climate-neutral energy. The biogas recovery process starts with the collected sludge going through the anaerobic digestion tank. There, the bacteria decompose the sludge, producing methane biogas. This biogas is used for electricity generation or used to heat the digesting tank itself. The digested sludge is then transported to a thermal power plant where the remaining carbon is burnt, which produces CO2 emissions. However, this process is not as efficient as it can be, due to three main problems. The energy required to process all the incoming sludge for biogas extraction is very high. Chemicals used in the sludge treatment inhibited reaching the full potential of biogas extraction from the sludge. And a lot of CO2 emissions are produced. This is where our SludgeX solution comes in. A part of the digested sludge is diverted towards our proprietary system, which involves pyrolysis. This results in an increase in biogas yield, thereby decreasing the CO2 emissions at the power plant. The larger volume of biogas can then be used for increased electricity generation, all produced out of a circular system with no external inputs necessary. This proposed system is obviously much more complicated within the full plant context. The circularities implemented by our system result in a decrease of energy consumption by 50% and an increase of biogas production by up to 24%. All this amounting to an overall economic benefit of over $500,000 saved per year after a payback period of only 4 years.
Our solution is innovative and patentable. Our next steps will be to test the solution and to start the patent process. This is only the beginning of our entrepreneurship journey, so if you are interested in helping us to make the world more sustainable, feel free to reach out. Your help will be greatly appreciated.
Great, thank you so much. I can see some virtual applause flying in here. That of course goes to the team itself. And my apologies for the shaky video quality at some points. Of course, that has not been the video, but of course our systems here. So you're welcome to also rewatch the video on the blog post of the team. I can see having Manon and Benny here on stage. I will set the timer. So the stage is yours for the next 30 seconds.
Thank you, everyone, for your attention. My name is Benny, and SludgeX is the brainchild of Team 3 Denmark as we strive to create a solution for our challenge owners in Daegu. The challenge of sustainable sludge management is a global issue and is only going to become more imperative as the world's population grows exponentially. This is why our particular solution can have an international impact, not just for our stakeholders in Korea. Wastewater can contain up to 5 times more energy than it takes to treat, so our solution can help unlock more of that energy than ever before. By doing so, SludgeX can contribute to 4 out of the 16 Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you for listening.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your pitch here, Benny. And I'm very excited to hear what kind of questions the juries have brought forward for you. Donga, the stage is yours for the first.
Thank you. Congratulations with your presentation. As mentioned in your blog post, there is a company already working in the pyrolysis process, which was Aquagreen. And I'd like to hear what is the novelty of the SludgeX?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, the company that we have been in communication with would provide the technology of pyrolysis, but the configuration and the integration with anaerobic digestion is actually a novel concept, and they do not, in any of their treatment facilities or customers, provide that as a solution and as a use of their technology. So for us, we would be able to take advantage of high quality pyrolysis technology from a company such as you mentioned, and utilize it in a new way that hasn't been actually done before in the field to increase biogas production, which is actually not the direct, application of pyrolysis that has been used already.
Perfect. A great question and a very good answer to this. And let's see who the second question is going to come from. Yes,
Yes.
the word goes to Daegu.
Dr. Lee from Daegu Environmental Corporation has a question. It is about the sludge, and anyhow, the system will produce sludge, but the sludge will still contain a lot of sulfur, and so, but in this case, this process cannot help to reduce the sulfur in sludge, and the thermal power plant still, when it is burned, when the sludge is burned in the thermal power plant, still this plant have the problem with high sulfur content in sludge. And how do you think about it, this issue?
Yeah, well, another thing that we were researching during the process is that the output of pyrolysis is biochar, which can actually be upgraded to become activated carbon. And this activated carbon could be used in a way to actually filter either the wastewater or the sludge or the biogas even from any pollutants in it. However, we haven't really done too much research into how this would be done, but have recognized that it is an opportunity possibly later to explore to remove those pollutants inside of in the sludge. But our solution instead focuses more on the extraction of biogas rather than the pollutants within the sludge.
Perfect. The 4 minutes of your Q&A session are already over again. So thank you so much, Manon and Benny, for joining us here on our stage and for answering judges' questions very clearly. So yeah, a virtual applause from our side, from Denmark here.
Thank you.
Well, that already leads me over to closing our team's pitches here. And first of all, of course, I would warmly like to thank all of the judges here who have not only been participating in the judge panel today, but of course also engaging very closely with the teams throughout the journey and also having pre-scored and watched the videos as well as read the blog posts. So thank you very much for bringing up your expertise here, your question and supporting our teams. It has been a pleasure having you here as a judge member today. Then I would like to kindly ask you to return the evaluation scores as soon as possible after the semifinal has ended. So you're very welcome to just send them by me via email. And then, of course, I will be very excited to reveal and announce the 2 finalist teams on Tuesday, 18th at our finals. Then maybe just as a last comment here, Dr. Ho Young-ro, representing the International Water Association, was prevented from joining. So kind regards. And of course, we'll also be including his scorings anyway, since we have the session recorded and also have the blog posts and pitch videos recorded before. Before I hand over to Marie, closing the session in our semifinal today, I'm very excited to welcome back on stage Daegu Lee, who will just maybe share a little bit of his experience as being also the challenge owner and the journey that he has been embarking on with the teams. So Daegu Lee, you're very welcome to take the stage from here, and thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. I'm the challenge owner, Daegu Lee. Thank you for your effort to solve the problem for a long time through the challenges theme. I think there must have been a lot of difficulties for each team due to Corona-19. Thank you for overcoming the difficulties and working hard to solve the problems until the semifinals. Next Generation Water Action was a great experience for me, as it contains everything that needs to be addressed right away to what needs to be reviewed with environmental policies within the next 5 to 10 years. If it can be reflected in the policy with Daegu City in the future, we will review and promote it so that it can be reflected in the policy. However, solving the current issue is more important. In addition, since some of the contents that can lead to changes in the sludgy policy of Daegu City in the future have been derived through next generation water actions, we will consider the current problems and the direction of the sludgy policy by reviewing with Daegu cities. Thank you, the Danish team, Mexico team, and Korean team for participating. We hope that your health is safe as the Corona-19 situation is not over yet. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the closing remarks. And I just want to echo your message. Both thank you to the partners, the mentors that has been on board, and not at least also the students for working on these challenges in a challenging time, but also being open and curious about engaging in this international learning platform that has been a true learning for all of us on how we can connect across nationalities and across sectors in a time where we need to look at the possibilities of working virtual. And I think the presentations we saw today just highlight that there is an interest and a drive for young students to be involved in learning about the challenges of working together with partners such as you in looking at new opportunities. And of course, you don't come to the final solution in a setup like this, but we hope very much that this can bring the connections and the network and the inspiration that can actually go further afterwards. And that's also where I want to thank Daegu Metropolitan City and Daegu Environmental Corporation for also bringing in an extra award to make sure that the student team that's winning the Acceleration Award will be able to showcase their solution as part of the World Water Cities Forum, which is again an additional platform not only for that student team to inspire a bigger network, but hopefully also see if there is opportunities to actually go further with that idea to create the interest and the drive going forward. As Levke mentioned already, then now we're looking into the finals that will take place on Tuesday. You are all invited to join. Those of you that are right now joining the live stream, you are also able and invited to join the live stream on Tuesday. And we would encourage all of you to share with the family, the friends and relatives and your partners to look into the finals and see if there are some nice ideas that you would also like to be connected to and see if you can support and actually bring further afterwards. We also want those of you that are right now joining AirMeet to stay tuned, because in a few minutes you will have the opportunity to have an unfacilitated networking, connecting with the student teams and the partners involved, where we will stop the live stream from the stage here. The two teams that will be pitching at the finals will be announced on Tuesday itself. And as Levke mentioned, we are both looking into a Best Pitch Award, an Acceleration Award, and the two teams that are going to be presenting in the finals. So we're quite excited about that. So once again, thanks to all of you for taking part, not only in the semifinals, but all the work that has been done before this. I also want to just give a thanks to all the colleagues that I'm having sitting around me right now, making sure that this process is running smoothly, because as Eske mentioned, it takes a lot of work to make these virtual platforms work, but we also see the value that today we're able to connect student teams from Mexico, from Korea and Denmark together with the partners in Korea at the same time. So thank you to all of you. See you at the finals, and I hope you will enjoy the networking session now on the AirMeet live stream. And also a big thank you for you who are watching right now the live stream on the website. So that's all from here at DTU Skylab. Have a fantastic day and see you very soon.